Okay, hey everybody, it is April 26th, and this is what should have been a large organizational-wide future leader call. So if you're jumping on this recording, it's just because we capped out the line. So let me just quick tell you how exciting that is, yet how frustrating you might have felt for a hot second. We had no idea the number of future leaders that we had in the org, because it's really hard when you have a global leader to get a picture of how many people in her organization are going to want to participate. So this call is going to be a monthly call that's held, and it's to really paint the vision for what is a leader and help you understand what are the requirements, the mindset that comes with that, all of the different pieces. And then let me know, Sonia, if I need to do something like change it over to you or something, let me know. And also just the perks. A lot of times, I know Elise and I were having a conversation this week, and I was telling her about the season launch kits that come 3 times a year and the value to that. And she was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that stuff. So there's just so many intertwined pieces, whether this is you're looking to make this your full-time career, or whether you are just loving helping have more impact and helping other people's lives. Leadership's a great place to be. Okay, Sonia, what do I need to do? Can you screen share right away?
Yeah, I can. I just wanted to give you a thumbs up to let you know that I'm set. So good.
Okay, she's gonna screen share and then I'm gonna go through the slides. So here we go, drinking some wine.
Same, cheers, salute.
Cheers, yes. All right, here we go. So future leaders, welcome to the call. Thanks for your patience, and be really excited that you are part of an exploding organization that is growing rapid fire right now. We're so excited that you're here. So again, if you don't know this, you're a part of the Nicholson or NGO organization, and that's why at the bottom it says NGO Future Leaders. And this presentation was put together by all of your senior directors and above, myself included. So I'm really good with the content. I just didn't prepare to lead tonight's call, so I wouldn't have came in a sweatshirt. So just love the process, right? Here we go. Okay, Sonia, next slide. Thank you, Sonia, for being my hero. Okay, 5 key components necessary for leaders. Honestly, your mindset is huge. Goal setting, you have to be able to set goals and know how to attack them, and sometimes miss them, but continue to goal set and go for the next one. Knowing your numbers, which I'm actually really glad Sonia's on, because I might actually ask for some help on this. You need to know what your income producing activities are. And then there's some skill set that comes with learning to be a leader. One of the biggest things is time management, because a lot of people like to think as you bring in a team, and I know at least you've been awesome at this, she stayed completely focused still in her personal business, and that's what you have to do. Sometimes we lean the other way and we learn the hard way that we start to flip our attention, and pretty soon 80% of our time's on our team, and then a very small percentage is on our cooking classes and our hostesses. That's not how you grow a good business here. So there's like a learning curve to being a leader, and we're going to talk about that. Okay, Sonia, you're amazing, by the way. Okay, mindset, probably the single most important piece of leadership. Many of you on this call are catching the recording, simply don't believe that you're a leader, or you don't believe that you could be a leader. Hey, Christina, we're just getting started. First tab here. Mindset is so important. Can you guys, really quick side note, can you mute your lines if you're not, if you have any amount of background noise, even if you don't think you do, you probably do, and it makes the recording icky. Thank you. Okay, single most important piece of leadership is believing you can do it. So I'm just going to use an example. Many of you, even 2 weeks ago, this was not on your radar, but we want you to know we want you to be a part of our leadership team this season. And if you ask Sonia or Sam or Shelly, all of the leaders that I can see, Mary, that are on right now, they're going to tell you none of them thought they were going to be a leader either. But as soon as someone invited them in and said, your mindset flips, and you have to start to work on believing in yourself. I want you to assess your current mindset. I get up every day, many of you heard this in one of my recent trainings, and I say to myself, you make impact. You do good work. You're doing what God, made you to do. You're a strong recruiter. Your team looks to you. They believe in you. I speak positive affirmations to myself. Many of you, if you assess your current mindset, it might sound more like this. I'm terrible at this. I'm not a good mom. Man, my house isn't clean enough. Like, a lot of times we're really, really hard on ourselves. And then that carries into the belief we have in our career, or the belief we have in those future dreams of going back to college and doing, whatever your heart desires. You have to assess where you're at and then really work on your mindset. Have a strong sense of your why. Okay, so write this down, future leaders. You need to be able to know why you're here and why you want leadership, and stay focused on that during the highs and the lows. Because there's going to be some roller coaster moments, okay? There will be. I'm going to warn you. Asked Sonia recently. She messaged me the other day, and she was kind of at the low. She was going back up the hill, I think, but she definitely wasn't at the top of the peak of the roller coaster. So and that's okay. That's normal. You have mentors and leaders. So rely on your upline leader, your upline senior leader, director to help you with that. 5 areas of belief. And this is something Dana Nicholson taught me the first weekend I called and asked her about Epicure. You have to believe in the products. You have to believe in Epicure's vision and mission. I know all of you do already, but I want to say this so you know. The products, Epicure's vision and mission, you have to believe in direct selling and party plan, really in your core. Because if you have doubts, we have to talk them out now and figure out why. What makes you feel icky or uncomfortable? That's going to hold you up in the leadership plan. You have to believe in our compensation plan and all those matching bonuses. If you don't understand that yet, I just went over this with Elise this week, and I know she was super excited. And you have to believe in yourself. That's the biggest thing, okay? All right, Sonia. Goal setting. Set goals for sales, for cooking classes, and for sponsoring. And I would chunk it into weekly manageable components, especially because we get paid on Fridays. So on your personal sales, you get a paycheck. It's fun to say, I want a paycheck every week of $250. So I know I need to do $1,000 in sales. I can do that, and I can start to track. I love the SMART format of goal setting. We all agreed as a team, and Sonia's shaking her head, and I know other leaders are shaking their heads right now. Specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely goals. So what does that look like? If you just say, Kayla, I want to get to leader, you're not going to get there. But if you say, Kayla, I want to be to leader by X date, and we look at the team you have now, and then we break out growth. So I'm just going to pick Courtney Renderman. She's on my team. We take her sales that she's done over the last few months per month. We start to look at the team number that she has now, and then we add to her weekly and monthly sales goal, and we add to her weekly and monthly sponsoring. She knows exactly when she can hit leader, and it's measurable, it's achievable, it's realistic. So just make sure as you're on this call or as you think about leader, you don't look at any of us leaders and think that we just like wing it. We really do have goals. I mean, they're not always specific, but even I still have a personal sales goal, a personal sponsoring goal, and a cooking class goal. And I'll be honest, this month, I'm not at the goal for classes, but next month I'm making up for it, baby. My calendar's full. And that's what you get to do when you have a SMART goal, is you can look at it and say, okay, I had a specific number, measuring up, I'm short, but I can set it for next month to be achievable again and realistic. So awesome. Thank you, Sonia. That one's perfect. Knowing your numbers, your sales. This is something that I'm probably not the best at. So this slide's probably my weakest slide of this whole presentation. You need to know what you've been selling, or like Elise, I'm just going to use you as an example. I don't know if right now you know exactly where you're at in the back office, but Elise actually has more than enough volume to be a leader this month. And she's almost pulled in that entire amount on her own. She's over 6,000. I mean, she's well over 6,000, probably 7,000 or 8,000 QV as a team. Sometimes a person like her will get on this call and they will not know that they're at that. That's the first thing I want you to know. You have to know where to look for your numbers, and you have to know how to set a goal around that. If you're listening and you're like, oh gosh, Kayla, my sales are like 350 QV. I'm new here. I don't have anyone on my team. That's perfect. I'm just using her as an example tonight because she's somebody who in the last few weeks has really applied all of the learnings. She's plugged into her business, and it's also really important that she knows the numbers and she knows where she's at. If you don't know this, to be a leader, you do need 1,000 personal QV in a month. So some of you are like, no problem, I'm killing that. And others are like, oh, that's good to know. So as the month goes on, you're going to want to know what your sales are at and what your goal is for the month. 2,000 QV in any given month gives you a bonus. Many of you know that. Also, how many team members do you have? How many will you sponsor this month? And what do you need to promote to leader, and what do you need to maintain leader? So when you are a new and up and coming leader, you're going to do about 40 to 50% of the team volume. Maybe not always the least like you this month, all of your team volume, which PS friend, incredible work. You're going to Jamaica, my friend. But what I want you to hear is that that's a way to start though. All of us do more work on the front end as a new leader to start to build the foundation. The pace of the leader truly is the pace of the team. Will you always be your top seller? No, you don't even want to be. You want to have people outshine you, of course, but you won't find those people if you're not getting in front of enough people, which obviously means your volume is going to be higher. So we're going to talk a little more about numbers here as we go, but Sonia, next slide, please. So this is what it takes to be a leader. It takes 4 personally sponsored consultants. You can find this in your compensation brochure in the back office under New Consultants Start Here, or it came in your business kit. Thank you, Sonia, for highlighting that. 4 personally sponsored consultants and or 2 second line or in your team somewhere consultants. So it's 6 total. What I mean by this example, I gave a name, Courtney Renderman, or I know Lauren's on, Bobby's on. All 6 of these people can be direct to you, or you can have a minimum of 4 direct to you, and the other 2 in your team can come in anywhere. But you need 6 people plus yourself. You need, under the first bullet point under qualify, 1,000 QV. What's really cool here in the United States, you guys know this, our sales are a little bit less, so our QV works in our favor. So that's super awesome. And then you need to have the 6 consultants we talked about qualified. So Elise and I were having a good conversation about, you know, not only does she need to get the 6 in and on, if they're not all qualified this month, then we would have to make sure that next month we run for leader, because they have to be in your team and also qualified at the 250 QV. Just like you guys think of yourselves and what we think of qualified as, it's 250 QV in any given month. You need these requirements, 1,000 for yourself, and then 6 consultants in your team at the 250. And then as a whole team, you need 6,000. And the other requirement is to accept the leader's agreement. And we'll talk about what that means in a second. It's not scary. It's actually really exciting. You sign the leader's agreement and then it kicks you out of the back office and makes you go back in. So most of you guys already know this, but I want to just go over it. What's income producing activity and what is it not? Income producing activity, running cooking classes like all of you rock stars have been doing online, reaching out to clients and customers, doing follow-up, checking in, doing reaches and finding out if somebody's interested in checking out the opportunity event tonight that Sonia's leading, our very own Sonia. Finding out if they are ready to host their own class now that they've had their products for a week or 2. Finding out if your customer's ready to reorder, or guys, offering the Epic Life Collection and the Epic Life Challenge that's coming up. Those are all income producing activities, right? Networking with people with the intention of bringing up Epicure at the right time and place, of course, not just spammy messages, but that's income. I will also count a little bit of social media work right now because, hello, we have a very special circumstance on our hands, right? We have COVID-19 right now. And I want that to be on this call because I think it'll be neat to look back a few months from now or a year from now and see how we operate in the same realm and how things have changed. But you need to be doing things that are not taking pictures of your dinner in your kitchen and posting it on social media. That needs to get done, but that should take like 30 seconds or a minute, and that we cannot count as income producing activity, okay? While that is staying consistent and showing up, what I really want you to make sure you're doing is connecting with people and growing, okay? How are you spending your business hours or your time you have set aside? And how are you, how many hours, I guess, do you have dedicated to your business each week? And hours might be a strong word because in the beginning, honestly, I think Sonia would agree, the biggest chunk of time is running your cooking classes and doing good hostess coaching and follow-up. But other than that, you're really just trying to stay connected on your personal business and bring in your teammates to your leader. Trust in us to do your welcome calls. Trust in us to check in with those people. Actually, Elise, this is really cool. Elise, one of your people and I are connecting on Friday, Missy, because she's got about 5 people that want to have a cooking class and she is really excited. So Elise can keep working on her numbers and I'm going to, of course, help Missy run an amazing business so that down the road, Elise will be ready to totally wrap that leader role. But right now you are an income producing activity for your personal business, figuring out a follow-up system that works for you, figuring out what it looks like to fill your calendar, those kinds of things. Okay, learning to be a leader. You are a leader in training. So this probably works really well with what I was just saying. Thank you, Sonia, for flipping. You need to learn how to be a leader and tell you're a leader. So a common rookie mistake, oh, someone has unmuted. Let me see who you are. Okay, thank you, whoever muted. A common rookie mistake is taking all of your new consultants and putting them into like a group chat and like spending your whole day just telling your new consultants all about the specials and the discounted shipping and all the fun things you're cooking. And while that is super fun, even us leaders don't do that. So like we want to teach you the better way to be a mentor and a friend. Now, as you're a leader, can you host a Monday night Zoom for just your team and get together and drink wine and talk about the specials and the deals? Yes, but we don't want to overwhelm people. And what we want you to know is you will burn out if all of your time is spent on those kinds of things or feeling like you have to be the leader. Right now, you're just growing your base. You're growing your business. And this might be your first month of business and you run for leader from the start. You might be in business 4 years when you're listening to this call, but it doesn't actually matter. Everybody starts at the same place, personal business first. New consultant training to your leader. We talked about that. Ask your leader to do 3-way sponsoring calls. So you guys are really lucky. If you're in my organization, the Troutman Tribe, every leader takes a turn if they want to, and they lead a Sunday night opportunity event. You guys probably know about it. You can find it in a Facebook group called Discover Epic Living. But otherwise, you also can use your leader at any point during the week to jump on a 3-way sponsoring call with you. And that gives you the flexibility and freedom to also not feel like you're recruiting your family and friends. Anybody else a little bit worried about that when you're a new leader? That's my job, Sam's job, Shelly's job, to help give the information and let them make a decision, but allow you to focus on your personal business. So that's a little bit about learning to be a leader. Is it up to you then what you want to do or how you want to run your team? Yes. Like you'll notice Sonia makes her own graphics. She loves that. Some of my other leaders hate that. So they're like, hey, Kayla, will you keep doing these for me? Yes. We divvy that out then once you know where you're at and also what your time allows, but we don't want you to burn out. So thanks, Sonia. And that's a soapbox topic for me. Okay. Steps to rank advance. Are you guys ready? Abundance mindset. It is definitely, leadership is where you believe there's enough business for everyone. There is people who want to host classes, or there are people who want to host classes. There are people who want to join your team. All of you on this call are already proving actually all of these things. So I don't think I really need to go into detail, but when you call me up on a coaching call, if we get on a call next week and you say, there's just nobody that wants to host a class, then this might not be the right, training or step for you. If you believe there are always going to be people, you're in the right place. Number 2, full calendar, 6 to 8 cooking classes. Raise your hand if you think virtual makes that so easy and so doable. Like it's totally doable. I'm loving it. If you decide to go out live at some point when we can safely, amazing. 8 has always been great in all direct sales companies I've ever worked with. You get in front of enough people that way to grow the income many of you are looking for. Now, if you are somebody who works full time and you're hearing 8 is great, reminder, team classes, bucket a couple hostesses together if you need to, or get really effective and efficient with maybe running 2 back-to-back classes, like one at 5 o'clock Central, one at 6 o'clock Central, having your kitchen a mess one time. You can get really strategic so you're not feeling like you're overwhelmed on your work days, but yet you can get it done. Okay, we can get creative. Number 3, offering the opportunity. It's a compliment. It's a compliment. It's a compliment. It's a compliment. Invite and share our incredible opportunity. If you are afraid to do that, we can work through fear. But if you're not willing to do that, then again, this isn't the right program for you. Because number 4 is have a heart of service. And those that don't want to share, sometimes honestly, it comes from a selfish place of you being afraid that there's not enough business for everyone. And you're like afraid to flip your hostesses or afraid to flip your customers. I promise you guys, the United States has like 300 consultants and our population is triple Canada. There is so much opportunity here, especially where most of you live outside of Wisconsin. Now, Wisconsin also, tons of opportunity. But if you're in any other state besides Wisconsin, Michigan, and Minnesota, Epicure is not a name at all. No one knows who we are. No one really knows who we are here either, but specifically outside of those 3 states. Number 5, learn to ask questions. Please don't feel like you're dumb. Tonight, someone waited a while to say, is there something wrong with the call line? Am I supposed to not be in? And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot to tell you. Yes, there's a problem. Never be afraid to ask a question, okay? 90-day action plan. Our organization hasn't really utilized this document much because I have a better one that your leader probably sent to you, or if you have not filled this out yet, I will connect with you on. It's called a career analysis, and it's a little bit more simplistic to fill out, but we definitely want to make sure we fill that out as a group so we know what your income goals are and what you're tracking for. So number 6, put a star by it. If you have a leader that hasn't sent you that yet, she will, and you guys can work together, okay? So career analysis is what it's called versus a 90-day action plan. And then number 7, follow up with your guests and customers. So abundance mindset, full calendar, sharing the opportunity, a heart for service, ask questions, do your career analysis with your upline and set goals so she can help you achieve them, and make sure you're doing your follow-up. Okay, revisit your why often. Things will change. Things will grow. Other things will become not important that today are important, but you need to know, here's the infamous question. What will rank advancing mean to you, your family, and your business? What does getting to leader mean? I know some of your heartfelt stories, and I won't share them here without permission tonight, but we can definitely start to do a couple Zoom calls a month and connect as future leaders and get you guys connected with each other, because I think when you share what it does for you, it's powerful. When I first got to leader in Wild Tree, it paid for our CrossFit and our groceries, and that seems insignificant. Like, looking back, when I say it out loud, it doesn't sound like it's much, but I'm sure all of you understand a CrossFit or a gym membership and groceries to a young couple meant that all of that money we were spending went on debt. That's why we don't have student loans or, vehicle payments, or we just don't have debt. We don't have credit cards, because I did a direct sales business, and I can say that from the bottom of my heart. So what will advancing to leader mean for you? What will it mean for the customers, the hosts, and you guys, here's the kicker, the team members that a year from now you can be leading this call for? What will it do for all of those people that you're about to impact? You really need to visit your why. Sonia? Okay, is that the end?
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Okay, now I want to give a quick couple of words, and then I want to ask any leader that's on to give a couple of tips if they want to. You don't have to. But my biggest thing for those of you that are considering leadership, this is so fun because now you get the pro tips from the leaders. My biggest thing is this. Not only do you give yourself an increase in pay, and you give yourself a bonus on your team as a leader of 5% on your entire team. Every month that you're a leader, you will get paid 5% on your whole team sales. You'll give yourself a pay raise, which you can find in the comp plan. But on top of that, you get perks like I've never seen in any other company. The month you promote to leader, a gift will come a couple days into the month from the CEO and founder, and it's so fun. You will then quickly, that month, the next month, when you hit leader numbers again, get what we call a leader jumpstart collection in the mail, filled with a bag that I take to all of my classes with a cool handle. You've probably seen some of the leaders showing them off, and logo gear galore, another apron, a tablecloth. It's just amazing. They treat you like such a professional. Also, when you hit that second month, many of you know what that means, big time bonuses when it comes to your compensation plan bonus of $375 US. And also, if you're still in your fast start for 6 months, $750 US as well. Also, you are in a qualification period to earn a free trip to Canada. You leaders rank advancing right now would be earning a 2021, June of 2021 trip to Canada, completely paid for, flights, hotel, meals, etc. And we'll get you the details. I don't want to go too ahead of myself because I don't want you to be like, oh my gosh. Also, one of the biggest perks I think of this company's leadership is knowing a month ahead the promos that are coming, the taste test type of things. We get insight. We get the dish that comes out to all of you a day early. We get training every month from corporate, and also every quarter, or it's not quarter, it's every three times a year, every new season, we get a season launch kit. $300 to $400 in products, both edible and cookware, and also catalogs and training and business supplies just for being a leader of this company. So if this is something, whether you work full-time and you want to just earn that Jamaica trip, you want to impact more lives, you want to save extra money to pay off debt sooner, whatever it is, or whether this is something that you want to make a career, leadership is the first step. It's not the end-all step, because after this, then I'm going to talk to you about senior leader and director, because those are some more really awesome levels. But I want you to at least know that those are the main perks. So I want to first ask anyone that's on, what questions do you have? And then stay on for a second if you can, because I'm going to ask the leaders to share a tip for all of their future leaders, and we'll have this recorded for our team. So what questions do you future leaders have that I didn't cover? Anything? Sonia, thanks for doing the slides.
Yeah, you bet. I think for me, rank advancing to leader was, I'd never thought I was one of those people that would like to get all the perks. And I think I said that because I didn't think I'd ever be able to do it. Now, once I've done it, give me all of it. I want all of the opportunities. I want all of the prizes. If there's something I can earn, I want to get after there and earn it. Like I just, I kind of became addicted to that drive, that energy to kind of just run for it. So.
I'm
Yeah.
actually gonna add to that, because in agreement to that, when I started in a previous business with the same thing, I never thought the trip was real. And then within a few months, or 6 months or so, I was halfway to the trip and I went, oh my goodness, this is real. And then I went on 5 incentive trips and I went, never again do I want to miss an incentive trip. So it's real.
And I'm going to have to say that those of you who are on here, you're on here for a reason. You're on here because you've already taken the first step that, you want more here. And like looking back to the previous opportunity that I was in, I often wonder, where would I be now had I made this decision then? So I applaud all of you for making the commitment and making the decision now to jump in, because we're ground floor opportunity here with Epicure. You're helping to build an empire. I mean, you're building this company here in the United States. And so it's pretty awesome to say, hey, you know what? When Epicure came to the United States, I was a leader on that team in the first year that they were here in the United States. And like, I helped build this empire to what it is today and helped bring, Epicure into the homes of all these people in America. So it's cool, and like everybody else has said, the community and the tribe here is like no other. I mean, the fact that any of us could call Dana, our global director, any day of the week and, have a question, the people at home office, Brick and Buck and Ricky, you'll get to know all their names and everything too. The support, the surprises. I mean, there's nothing like it. And once you're here and I mean, you've already taken the first step to leadership, there's no turning back now.
Who else? Leaders? What do you want to share with our future leaders?
I don't think I can top that. There's nothing left to say. You guys hit the nail on the head, all of you, from incentive trips to I didn't really believe in myself, so I didn't really think I could, to I really could, to I'm a member of the Cool Kids Club. Like, we get to do all that fun, cool stuff. That doesn't mean that you can't. It means everybody can. Man, oh days, if I can do it, you can do it. And I'm a hot mess a lot of the time. So you can do this.
That's one of the things. So I'll quick add my thoughts and then I'm gonna let any other leader. One of the things that I think back of when I first joined my first opportunity 6 years ago, and how did I have the guts? Because that's really what it took on June 28th when I lost my job, to say, I'm gonna cry, to say I'm not gonna give up and I'm gonna start over and I'm gonna start fresh. Like, what is it? It's once you experience it, you will get it. So I just want to tell you, everyone in our team matters. If this isn't for you, if leadership isn't for you, we still love you. But once you get here, you'll get the tribe. On a Saturday afternoon, you'll understand why all of us leaders want to make a YouTube video where we're throwing spices to each other. You'll understand why we stay up late on Sunday nights and we connect as a leadership team and we laugh and we cry and we celebrate and we vent. And you'll see your check go up and you'll see trips be earned and you'll see people walking across stage. And then someday, 6 years later, you'll see all the people that you impacted with this and you'll think, why would I ever not want to do it? And so like, I'm not crying to like give you this emotional effect of like, oh my gosh, like, this is real. Like, if that was something I could leave you with, it's just that you won't get it till you get it. So you just got to trust. So if you have a why, we want Epicure to be your vehicle, or we want you to try and see if Epicure is supposed to be your God-given vehicle to make those dreams happen. Okay, and any other leaders want to share something or any other questions?
Well, that's kind of what I was going to go with. But I think, yeah, like previously my job was helping people. And when I quit my full-time job to stay home with the kids, like there was a void in my life and I didn't realize until I was leader and I was seeing the effect I was changing, not only in my customers' lives, but my team members' lives, is just huge. And it's so cool when you see your first team member starting to grow their own team and like Kayla said, their checks go up and earning the incentive trips. And like I, a senior leader, had my first leader ever earn a trip this year, which is amazing. Like, it's so cool to do that. Sorry, my husband's in my garage making noise. So I'll leave it at that then.
Do we miss anyone that wants to share or any questions? We did so good with this recording. You guys, I just want to say we nailed the time, okay? Anyone else? Do you future leaders, there's a couple of you on now, do you future leaders feel like you feel a drive or something that is motivating you to want to do this? I know a lot of you have kids, or is this caramel? It's like caramel sauce on my shirt from my Sunday. Dang it. Now you guys all know I had ice cream before this. It was so good, so worth it. Do all of you future leaders feel like you have a why that's going to push you through parenting and your full-time job, your church responsibilities, all the other things you say yes to? Like, anybody want to share?
I think for me, it's just once I commit to something and once I see the excitement or really felt the excitement from adding to my team, that drive just continues. And like everybody talked about, helping others and seeing the excitement in others being part of Epicure, that's just so fun to be a part of. And I don't know, that's what's got me going right now.
I love that. All of us leaders are, if you watch, every leader is going like this on the call, like, yep, that's the best part. Yep, that's the best part. We love you, Jamie. Anyone else?
Well, I also do like that I can help more people, but right now, like, my main drive is probably getting out of debt because I just graduated, and so I want to try to pay that off as fast as possible. So I think this can really help that, and that's one of the big motivators, is to get out of debt.
I love it. Thanks, Alyssa. And yeah, actually, Courtney Renderman would be a good one on our team to reach out to. If you haven't heard her story, she's a new college graduate and is paying off, I mean, I feel like $1,000 a month extra thanks to Epicure. I mean, that's a lot of money as a consultant level. So imagine when she hits leader level, you know, she's doing really well. So that's a huge thing. I'm just giving her a shout out on here because I think she's on the other call that's happening simultaneously, so she can't speak for herself. But I'm so glad that whether you got on the other call, this call, somewhere, you're getting to hear the content. So anyone else want to share? I won't call on anyone because I never want to make anybody uncomfortable, but anybody else want to share a little bit about what is motivating them for leadership, or just any questions or anything? And we'll give it like a couple more minutes and then we'll end the recording.
I'm actually really excited about the community. I think since my daughter graduated from high school, we went to a small private school, and I always had this great community for the last 13 years. And then she graduated, everybody kind of went their separate ways, and I felt a little bit like a lack of community. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, at least I think more people now, you know, that was part of it too when Wild Tree closed. And I want to show a hands to anyone that's on this call. In different seasons of life, we lose friends, we gain them. You don't really even lose them sometimes. You just grow apart. You either move physically, or seasons change with kids. Even just people I was friends with before we had Macaulay, and then we became parents and everything just changed, right? But here I find that this was also one of my biggest driving factors for not wanting to go back to a traditional job where I could make the same money and maybe not have to work in the same way. Like, there's something nice about just sitting at a desk in some ways, 9 to 5, and getting a paycheck. Let's be honest about that. But it's nothing like the community. It's totally different realms. Like, we're talking go in, do a job, and come home. And then we're talking like work with your friends and laugh through the good times and cry through the hard times and have tough conversations as a coach. Sometimes I got to put my coaching hat on and say, please don't do that. Like, you need to do this instead. And then other times I'm like, can we come to your house, Salmon, for a pool party? We're coming over. We're getting in the car right now. Like, these are your people. And that's why I'm so glad we actually got to do this. Maybe this was totally to God wink tonight when it didn't work, is we didn't have any plans besides eating ice cream. And now you guys could see a few of you and connect and see that all of you are, you know, in the same boat. When I say that, I mean, don't compare. Don't use those energies to motivate you. Instead, look at what you want to do. Use your why to fuel you, and use the community to help celebrate and drive you. But just, yeah, you're all going for similar goals, which is growth with Epicure, a cool, amazing company. So I'm glad you said that, because I think community, none of us say it first, but I actually think if you were to strip away everything and say, why does Epicure matter so much to you? Most of us would have that at the very top. Because you're all smart.
Just jump on there, Elise.
So bad.
That's why I started the last place that we were 4 years ago. I was an empty nester and I didn't know who to take care of. It's like, well, I need to take care of somebody. So, And then my friends were all seemingly younger than me and still had children at home. And you know what? Raise your hand if you don't want to go to another basketball game, right? I don't want to go. Like, I'm not. So I found my people. And yeah, they are. Some of them are a lot younger than me, but some of them aren't. So it's all good. It's all good.
Yep, and I think I'm the same way too. I was an empty nester, and I needed something to get my mind off the fact that my baby was out of the house, and I work a full-time job, and yet I'm still able to work this epicure on the side, and it is so amazing watching your teammates come in and them starting to add teammates and seeing that grow. It is really exciting. I watch my numbers constantly, so it is a rush. It's great. And just believe in yourself. You believe in yourself, you can do it. And my word for the year was confidence, and I think I'm finally starting to get that confidence that I can do this. So yes, good luck to all of you. You guys can do it.
I love it. That's awesome. It's a perfect one to end on. So I'm going to end the recording and I'm going to kick us all off the line so I can upload it right away. I'm going to send it out to everyone that's in the leader email. You should have got an email probably about this call. I'll send it out tonight quick saying recording. And then tomorrow morning, you're going to get some encouragement. So make sure you watch the video, future leaders. I've got an email sent out, and leaders, they don't know what's coming either. So it'll be fun for everyone to get my YouTube video tomorrow morning. And then leaders, I'll see you tonight on our normal Sunday night leader call. But God's blessings to everyone and to all of you. Congratulations on your month. Keep rocking those double trip points. I can't wait to see everyone on the 30th and where we're all at. So thank you so much for taking time out tonight and being patient with this whole situation. Love to you all. Bye, guys.